Hello everyone, my name is Faraz Parvez and I am a Pakistani Christian. Maria, the eldest daughter of Shahbaz Masih, a poor Christian driver from Lahore, was abducted in late July 2025. Despite an immediate search, there was no trace of her. The family's doubt quickly fell on Sheheryar Ahmad, a Muslim mechanic whom Shahbaz had befriended at work. Sheheryar had gradually gained the family's trust by visiting their home, sharing tea and pan, calling Sheheryar's wife his sister, and sitting with them late at night, giving him very easy access to the children, including 13-year-old Maria. When Shahbaz contacted Sheheryar after the disappearance, he approached evasively and delayed responding and meeting them for 4 hours. These delays stretched into 4 months. With little support, Shahbaz approached his employer, who helped him reach the Nawab Town police station. Police show indifference, taking 3 days of repeated plea before registering an FIR on 29th of July 2025, initially against unknown person. The families had to insisted that Sheheryar Ahmad's names to be added. Just 2 days later, on 31st of July 2025, a magistrate recorded Maria's statement, claiming that she had converted to Islam and married Sheheryar Ahmad of her own free will. The court granted custody to the Sheheryar. That was not a custody, that was enslavement, a slavery. Official documents confirm Maria was born in 2012 and was only 13 years old at the time. However, the Islamic marriage certificate falsely listed her age as 18 years and bore no signature or thumbprint from her. The family maintains that the marriage is fake and illegal, violation of Punjab Marriage Restraint Act. They accuses Sheheryar of abduction, rape and forced conversion to Islam while battling police inaction and legal manipulation. And this was the beginning of their battle, and this was the time changing. Everything from here went 360-degree against them. And on March 25, 26 this year, while I'm talking to you, the decision of Federal Constitutional Court FCC in Islamabad in the case of Maria Shahbaz represented a profound miscarriage of justice and prioritized selective interpretation of Islamic law over the fundamental rights of child. The rule of law and the protection owed to the religious minority in Pakistan by upholding a marriage of 13-year-old Maria, a Christian girl who was abducted, raped and forcibly converted to Islam in July 2025 and then married to Sheheryar Ahmad, a much older Muslim mechanic. The two-member bench, Justice Said Hasnan Azhar Rizvi and Muhammad Karim Khan Aga, has effectively legalized the grooming, abduction, rape and forced conversion to Islam and the child marriage. The court dismissed the desperate habeas corpus petition of the Christian father and Shahbaz Masih, and leaving a vulnerable minor in the slavery of a very man. Her family accuses of kidnapping her. The court reasoning reveals a clear institutional bias. It readily accepted Maria's conversion to Islam on fragility grounds, a mere declaration of faith supported by an affidavit, a piece of paper, and a religious certificate with no meaningful scrutiny into whether it was volunteer or forced under live threat by these Muslims. The judges emphasize that once a person openly professes a religion, further inquiry into sincerity is usually unnecessary. This approach conveniently ignores the well-documented pattern in Pakistan, where minor girls from Christian and Hindu families faces grooming, abduction, rape, and Islamic pressure to convert to Islam, often with statements recorded in intimidation environment. Equality troubling was the court handling of Maria's age. Despite Nadra and the government document proving she was born in 2012 and thus only about 13 at the time of this brutal incident, the FCC dismissed these official record as unreliable. The judges cited delay in the documentation and alleged contradiction in the father's statement, and even Maria's physical appearance in the court as the evidence she was of mature age. And this subjective visual assessment by elderly male judges overrides concrete documentary proof and sets of a dangerous precedent. So any minor girl can be declared an adult based on appearance alone, rendering child protection law meaningless. Court's treatment of Child Marriage Restraint Act is particularly cynical. It acknowledged that child marriage is criminal, but ruled that the act does not expressly declare such marriage void or voidable. Therefore, under Mohammedan law, Sharia law, if the girl has attained puberty, the marriage stand. This narrow technical interpretation details the very purpose of the child protection legislation. It allows perpetrators to benefit from the crime of the child marriage while the victim remains trapped. The recent provisional efforts to raise the marriage age 18 are undermined when higher courts prioritize medieval interpretation of the personal law over the modern safeguards of minor. The FCC also rejected the argument that the Christian woman cannot lawfully marry a Muslim man under her own faith's personal law, instead applying Islamic jurisprudence that permit Muslim men to marry people of the book, Ahle Kitab. This effectively strips Christian families of any say in the religious and the marital future of their daughters once conversion is claimed, no matter how suspicious the circumstances. The court leaned heavily on old precedent like Maria Jatoi case, while downplaying the constitutional guarantees of equality, freedom of religion, and protection of minorities under Article 20, 25 and 36 of Pakistan Constitution. By endorsing the statement Maria made under Section 164 CRPC, claiming free will, and the lower court's decision, the FCC has closed of all the venues of relief of Shahbaz Masih family at the highest level. This ruling does not merely fail one family, it sends a chilling message to Pakistan already well-guarded Christian community. Your daughter can be taken, raped and converted to Islam, and married with full backing of the Constitutional Court, while your documentary evidence and plea for justice will be scrutinized and desecrated. This judgment deepens the systematic discrimination faced by Christians. It normalizes forced conversion as a pathway to legalize abduction and the child rape under the guise of Islamic marriage. It erodes public trust in judiciary and emboldens Muslim perpetrators who know that police delay, pressure, statement, and the systematic higher courts will ultimately favor the Muslim abductor. The FCC had an opportunity to uphold the dignity of a Christian and Hindu child, especially in this case of Maria, endorse existing child protection law, and affirm that no religious interpretation can justify the exploitation of minor. Instead, it choose to validate forced conversion and deliver despair to a grieving family in this situation. This is not justice, it is judicial endorsement of impunity dressed in language of law. The international community, human rights organization, and Pakistan's own conscience must take note. When court become instrument for the legalizing the victimization of the weak, the soul of the nation itself is in peril. Maria must be recovered, the abductor held accountable, and the judiciary must recommitted to protecting every child regardless of faith. Already more than 1,000 Christian girls are abducted, raped, and forcibly converted to Islam each year in this so-called Islamic Republic. And now the Federal Constitutional Court policies have opened the floodgate, make it easier than ever for Muslim men to prey on vulnerable minor Christian girls in school, colleges, and universities. Terrified parents and will be withdrawing their daughters from education, forced to watch helpless as their children are stolen right front of them. This is not mere persecution. It is outright genocide of the Christian community. For more dangerous and destructive than even weaponized false blasphemy accusation. I thank you so much.